A lovely neighbor and friend brought down a little piece of furniture that their mom didn't want. And yeah, look how cute that is. It's really different. Now it looks like it had trim that's gone. And the gallery is missing. Somebody had an idea of painting it at one time. I love the shape of the legs. It's Asian looking, that shape. Yeah. Broken veneer. No hardware, but that's okay. Little broken veneer. Let's see. Little finger joints, sort of. They look kind of loose. Ooh, yeah, they are. Oh, we can fix that. So cute. I love this detail. Let me put it in better light. Yeah, isn't that cute? So cute. Does it have trim on the side? No, I bet somebody removed it. But I'll have to look this up and see what it was supposed to look like originally. Very cute. Okay, I could fix that. Okay, so today we're going to start this restoration, and let's begin by taking a close look at most of our damage. I am going to clean in where the drawers are. I'm going to vacuum that out just because it's really, really dusty. And yeah, I will want to work on that. But I am going to, it looks to me like I'm going to have to take this drawer apart because I can see the glue in here. So we'll heat this up and we'll try to fix this the way it's supposed to be fixed. Someone fixed it before. A bad fix, but we will do a good fix. And we'll tighten these up a little bit and we'll clean it out. And then I'll just make note of where all the veneer is missing and the chips and everything. And yeah, I am going to have to find some trim replacement for here. I looked online to see if I could identify this exact little piece, and I can't. I didn't see anything that was even, I mean, I got the same size, but nothing even close as far as the style. I couldn't find anything with this leg, actually. But that doesn't mean I might come up with it. Let me know what you think. To me, it looks slightly an Asian style, which makes me think of, the Victorian Chippendale. It does have the spot for that hardware, so the Victorian hardware. So I think we're not far off there. And then once I get around to taking it apart, I can get a better look at how it's put together and how old it just might be. So yeah, on. Let's start with giving it a clean, and I'm going to vacuum that off camera. I couldn't remove the furniture feet slide caps, and I tried several different ways to do it. I used a screwdriver, a chisel, two pairs of pliers. I let them soak in rust remover, and I'll try again later. This drawer was in terrible condition, and I had to do a lot of repair on this. The dovetails were smashed. The glue that was used to hold it together was not wood glue, and it took quite a while to remove it all. And I actually had to use a chisel. I had to reshape the dovetails, clean out all the old leftover glue, fix the veneer in some spots on the drawers, and then I actually filled in some of the spots with wood putty instead. See this glassy appearance inside? That has to come out. Yesterday before I left, I just repaired this loose veneer, and I still have yet to work on this piece and the rest of the door. But first I wanted to, I don't have endless clamps, so you have to start somewhere, and that's what I chose to do. Yeah, so today I will work on the rest of this drawer, and I think basically what I'm going to do is just use some hide glue to get it back together, because it doesn't look bad except for that veneer. This drawer that I took apart yesterday needs some repairing. It's missing some veneer. It looks like, I can never tell. I mean, they used a red stain a lot. It's either, I think it's mahogany. It just looks like that golden reddish color to me underneath the part that's not stained. But it's still, it could be walnut. And then the pieces, I've got poplar. I think this is poplar as well. And the sides, they're pretty lightweight. I don't know what kind of wood it is. I don't know. I mean, it could be, it's pretty soft. It's pretty soft. Could be pine, actually. And that's not unusual. So today, of course, I just broke another little piece of veneer. I'm going to heat up my hide glue and keep doing some veneer repairs. Today, of course, I'm going to have to add some backing to these and clean up these drawer slides. So let's get started. I repaired a crack with wood glue and some sawdust. These sections will be hidden within the drawer slide, and so I'm going to putty them. What I'm mixing here is the putty, some wood glue, and pieces of some sawdust shavings. along with shards of some of the original wood that kind of fell apart when I was taking apart the drawer sliders. And so I'm mixing it all together because at least that will give me a base to put the original wood back in along the dovetails. So that's how I'm dealing with that. I'll begin with some stripper to remove that old paint and see what I can also remove of the old finish. It would have done a better job if I had taken it inside, but I just hate the smell of it, and I prefer to work outside if I can. It does scrub off pretty easily. I'll need to cut and shape the veneer replacements. This piece is double veneered, and I hate to use my expensive veneer as a substrate, but that's all I had, so I did use it in some spots. In other spots, I just put a wood putty underneath the mahogany. some spots under the veneer I just had to fill with wood putty because the loose wood ran really deep. I had to cut it out. Here I'm trying to select a piece that uh, has a nice grain and that matches the area that I'm trying to fill. So this has some layers, and what I did was I started cutting this away so that I could make it somewhat even, and I'll clean that up with a chisel. Then I'll fill this in with a piece of my thick walnut veneer, and then I will do the mahogany veneer over it. Let's see if I can't just take a bitty piece of this corner off. And that's just to give it a base. I sanded it with 120 grit sandpaper with the random orbital sander. And then I went back over it with 220 and then finally with the 600 by hand. And I did this with layers of shellac. So I have this little stone tip, and I'll change it if I have to, but I want something that's pretty gentle. There were so many small fixes in this veneer. So I sanded this. This is the drawer bottom. It had some red markings on it, which it still has some. And I'm going to put a little bit of oxalic acid on it, see if I can get it just a little bit brighter. And yeah, and then I'll sand it down again lightly. Okay, kind of catching up. What I did was I did some oxalic acid on a lot of the little side table parts. I did the bottom of the drawer fronts, an entire drawer, and the entire cabinet body. Now I still have a couple of places that, not here, but I still have a few places that I need to do veneer in. I actually can't find them now. Somewhere here. Oh yeah, that isn't completely done. I took the tape off too soon and it just broke off, so I have to do it again. I'm gonna let it dry some more. I need to do this, and I need to do over on this side. And then we can start looking at what we have for color. But I'm gonna let this dry all night, and yeah, give it a nice long drying time. I'm not gonna bother to go over it again with oxalic acid because I think it's as good as it's going to get. And I think that repairing the bits of veneer is a big help. Repairing the drawers is very nice. And yeah, by the time it goes back together, yeah, based on what color I have here, I don't even think I'll have to stain it. After it's very, very, very dry, after drying all night, I'll put some shellac on it and just see what kind of color we get with that. So, yeah. And yep, we'll go from there. After everything is dry, I'm going to put in some mahogany veneer, and I've decided on a piece, and we're going to go in this direction. and it's going to cover this area, and that's kind of jagged. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want to start a piece right here because I don't want this bottom to be so visible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off here, and go right up to the edge of the trim, and then I will go over, not right at the trim on the bottom, but I'll take it down and I'll make an even cut right here. I'm actually going to go above this bottom line as well, where the support veneer hits the finished veneer. So I'm going to go above that. Oh, I hope I have enough. Just a little bit. This is uneven, but I'm going to try to match that. I'm going to try my hardest. Just want to take off the top. And this, again, I want to be really careful here, so I'm going to hold this down with the ruler so I don't inadvertently take it off. And I'm going to try never to hit my hand with the chisel. Oh, and you can see now that I actually did pull it away a little bit, so I'll have to fix that. There we go. Okay. Oh. Waiting for that to dry first. I definitely need to invest in more lightweight 3-foot clamps. Something tells me I don't have enough clamps. Okay, I did go out and buy some more trim, so I'm going to see how well I can manage this. And yeah, I'm going to measure it and see if we can't do the trim around the top. So, and I'm thinking about what to do with the rest of the trim. I did get another piece that will fit in here once I'm done with the top. I'm stopping here for part one because, although I got somewhat further in this project, I began to stumble over how to clamp these tiny trims in place. I got the front clamped just fine, but when I started clamping the two side pieces, the clamps would not fit correctly over the piece. I was making a mess of my finish when I gave in and gave up. I have to research it to see if I can order a clamp. I know exactly what kind of contraption would work, but do they make such a thing? I have to find out, or I have to create one. So that's going to be it for this video. It is looking beautiful, and I wish I could show you. The color is a sort of cinnamon, and it's all natural mahogany with only shellac to bring out the color and grain. I did end up staining some parts though, including the legs, but that's for next week. I hope you enjoyed the video so far and that you'll watch again next week for the completion. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I wish you all good and beautiful things.